Hi, it's Lindsay. I actually just made a video, and my cats, they're driving me crazy, and I'm gonna really try not to get distracted because the last video was just complete nonsense. Um, really, the thing that I wanted to talk about before I end up going off on some other tangent, because I wanted to make a video, and YouTube has been a way for me to keep, a video journal, and not just about trying to conceive, but about life. So I've decided to make it my trying to conceive slash life journey. Um, Obviously, we are still not trying to get pregnant, but we're not preventing either. And the big thing that I wanted to talk about this, because I've not seen it talked about, is dealing with infertility, and then dealing with having to choose when it's the right time for you to do something else, or it's just not the right time for you to get pregnant. In my case, it was, we tried, since the realistic thing is when my husband and I got together in the beginning of 2006, and we were got 4 months later we were engaged, and then we waited a year and a half to get married. But once we got engaged, we knew we wanted a kid. Period. Flat out, we knew we wanted a kid. We were trying, but we didn't really know how to try. I had never heard of like fertility friend. I had never known, I mean, I knew how to track my cycles, obviously, but I knew nothing about getting pregnant other than you need to have sex, and you might get knocked up. Um, so, technically, even though I like to say that we have been trying since January 2008, we have really been not preventing, because I don't want to say trying, we've really been not preventing since around April of 2006. So, when you look at it that way, God, it's like, it seems like an eternity has went by that we've been trying. We pretty much know, and like I said, the doctor, and if you read any of my, or look at my last videos, my doctor thinks it would be a miracle if we got pregnant by ourselves. He also thinks it'd be a miracle if we got pregnant with an IUI, and thinks it's pointless. So the best thing for us would be, IVF. Luckily, my insurance covers some of it. And we were going to go through all this testing, and then we found out about this play, and then I was able to start bladder treatments after this most recent musical was over. I knew that if we were doing a show by a certain director, that it was going to change everything, and that I would have to stop trying to conceive because I couldn't get pregnant if I was going to do these shows. I would have nobody to watch the baby. I would be pregnant in at least one of them, and then have the baby after, and so there's no way I'd miss the fall show, and it's not worth it. So how does it feel to, we're not stopping trying, but we're not preventing, and I've made that very clear now in probably like 3 videos, because like I said, I wanted to put this in God's hands a long time ago. All of this was supposed to be put in God's hands, and I said, direct me in the path that I am supposed to be on. What do I do? Am I supposed to do this or this? And wherever my heart and head, I was hoping they would both agree, and they do. It's better for me to stop right now and try later. I'm 27, so I still feel like I have time, even if it's 2 years from now, which realistically is how long it's probably going to be. I initially said a year, but it could be a couple. I mean, I don't know. Some people may think, oh, well, you're crazy. You're not getting paid for this yet. You're not getting paid for this, so why would you stop trying to have a family? So I talked to my mom about it, and she didn't think that we should stop trying. But she agreed. I don't know what she thinks about the just not fully trying. Like I told her, we're not preventing. But I think it's just like, if I get pregnant before one of these shows or whatever, then it's not going to upset me. I'd be the happiest person in the world to find out I was pregnant. But I really, really want to do these next 2 shows, and there's maybe at least 1 or 2 more I'm looking at, which that could be 3 seasons. I'm one full one for sure, and that's till the end of next spring, and then maybe up through the fall one of the following year, like fall of next year. It could be a whole another season, which would be 2 years from now almost, so I'm not going to really bank on it. But if I get pregnant, then that's what's supposed to, have happened. I got an alarm going off here. Then that's what's supposed to happen. There's a show I really like that's on right now, so I'm going to kind of cut this short. But I encourage women with infertility, because with me, I feel guilty that I'm letting a perfectly good egg go by, and I'm not getting impregnated or trying. But I made that decision, and my husband and I made that decision together, that, we're not going to look, we're not going to try. I mean, I'm still charting on Fertility Friend, like my CM. So if you know what cervical mucus is, then awesome. I bet that's fun if you've never heard it. So I'm tracking that, and I do like to take OPKs whether I'm trying or not, because I like to know if my body's working right, because it's been, so long. So I tend to take OPKs around the time that I'm fertile, and that way I don't waste them, because I know about when it's going to be anyway, and know if it's still, intact, and things are going the way they should go. So, like I said, at first it was guilt. Now it's not so much guilt. Now it's, well, I put it in God's hands. If I don't get pregnant, I'm supposed to do these shows. Then I do have a much needed thing in career, with my career in theater. I take it very seriously. It means everything to me. Theater means everything to me. Being on that stage is everything to me. So I don't know, after thinking about it, that I'm ready to lose that yet. I've been asked, well, would you come back to it? Would you come back? After I've had a kid, and, yeah, maybe once I've got my life settled and the kid is in school, or I have a babysitter and they're, at least kindergarten of age, but it's going to be a very long break once I do get pregnant before I can do it again. And I feel that with being 27, I still have years in me to do it. Something is keeping me from getting pregnant. And if it's theater, then I'm going to run with it, because I don't know what else to do. Sorry, I keep looking up at the TV because I know this show's going to come on, but it's not for another 8 minutes. But to those women that have stopped trying and are like me, and they've had infertility for a matter of years, and then they go, hey, I've got something else I need to do in my life, don't feel guilty about letting a perfectly good egg go by. First of all, you don't even know if the egg is perfectly good. Especially if you're like me and you have PCOS. You don't even know if you're really ovulating, even though all the signs point to yes. I mean, I haven't done the temperature thing in so long. Who freaking knows? I'm not needed to. And I would tell people to not do it. I would say go buy cheap OPKs on the internet. That's what I did. That was the thing that helped me more than anything. There's my kitty, Gira. You can see her in the back. But don't feel guilty, and do what your life path has set out for you to do. You may not be ready to get pregnant right now. It might not be your time. Whether you believe in God or a higher power or whatever it is, right now may not be your time. You may have something in your future, even years from now, that's going to happen that is the reason you didn't get pregnant. Because I do believe all things happen for a reason. And if we get pregnant, and I'm not able to do these shows, it will be one of the happiest moments of my life. Even though I know theater is what I want to do, if I was to get pregnant at any time, it would be amazing. So I'm probably going to talk a lot more on this subject, because it's a way for me to kind of get it out. And because you do feel bad after trying for so long and then giving up. But we're not giving up, and we're not giving up hope, and it will happen one day. And I'm probably going to be doing a video sometime in the near future. I love you guys. The ones that comment privately to me are great. I've loved more comments and anything. So bring it to me, call me out, whatever. So.